Have you ever heard a voice that just stops you in your tracks? You know, a voice so full of soul, so powerful you just can't believe they aren't a global superstar? Well, today we're talking about a voice just like that. A Chicago legend who, for decades, was the city's best-kept secret. This is the incredible story of Phil Marley. And look, don't just take my word for it. That right there, that's from a Chicago club owner who watched Phil captivate audiences night after night for years. That quote really sets the stage, doesn't it? It gives you a sense of just how immense this man's talent truly is. And that, well, that's the big question, isn't it? Why would a voice that can make the world slow dance wait 40 whole years to step into the spotlight? The answer, it turns out, is a story about humility, community, and, as we'll see, an unbelievable fight for the future. Okay, so let's dive in, because to really get the story, you have to understand the voice first. It's one of those sounds that feels like it carries the entire musical history of a city like Chicago right inside of it. So what exactly makes up his sound? You know, it's not just a list of influences. It's more like a recipe. You've got the warm, classic soul of the 70s crooners, right? Then you add the raw emotion, that grit that can only come from singing in late-night blues clubs. Then a little bit of that effortless cool from jazz. And at the very center of it all, the uplifting power of a gospel heart. You hear all of it in every single note. And you can really feel that soulful, romantic side in his lyrics. I've heard fans say his voice feels like it just wraps around you, and when you hear lines like this, you totally get it. It's so intimate, so honest, there's just no holding back. And then there's the blues. This isn't just singing a song. This is pure storytelling. He doesn't just perform it, he communicates it. He's painting a picture with a voice that carries all the weight and wisdom of a life lived. It's raw, and it is so, so real. So let's get into how this incredible journey to a debut album finally happened. Because, you know, for the longest time, making a record was the absolute last thing on his mind. I mean, just think about this for a second. For 4 decades, Phil Marley was a purely live performer. He was that guy everyone begged to take the mic at parties and clubs. And he always chose that feeling, that community, over chasing fame. He loved the energy of a live room way more than a recording studio. But then, in December of 2025, something shifted. And he didn't just release one project, he released 2. But the story of why he finally recorded these albums after all this time, this is where things take a really powerful and urgent turn. This wasn't just a debut, it was a declaration. So in just the first 3 weeks of December 2025, after 40 years of only performing live, Phil releases 2 full projects, a soulful solo album and a really vibrant house music EP. Just an incredible explosion of creativity. And he did all of it, the writing, the recording, the producing, all while spending 3 days every single week. That's right. This monumental musical moment was happening in the middle of a life-threatening health crisis. See, after having a kidney removed because of hypertension and diabetes, Phil was pouring his heart and soul into his music while on dialysis. A machine was literally keeping him alive. So this is the crucial part of the story. You have this unbelievable contrast. On one hand, a lifelong dream is finally coming true. And at the exact same time, he's in the biggest fight of his life, a fight for his future. This music isn't just a debut album. It's a testament to his will to live. And that fight, that's where this whole thing becomes more than just a story about music. It becomes a call for help. It's an opportunity for someone listening right now to actually become a part of his legacy. And you can just hear his spirit in his own words. This is not a man who is giving up. Not even close. He has more he wants to do, more music to create, more to share with the world. This album is just the beginning, and he is fighting like hell to see what comes next. And believe it or not, you could help him get there. The process to see if you can be a living donor is really straightforward, and it comes at absolutely no financial cost to you. You just call the transplant center, give them Phil's information, and they'll schedule a confidential health evaluation that's completely covered by his insurance. This is the number. This is the first step. It's 312-996-6771. It's amazing to think that a single phone call could start a process that saves someone's life. Now, I know what a lot of people might be thinking right now. Well, what are the odds I'm even a match? And that's a totally fair question, but it is not a dead end. Not at all. And this is where modern medicine offers some incredible hope. It's a program called the Paired Kidney Exchange. So even if you aren't a direct match for Phil, you could still save his life. Your kidney might go to someone else who needs it, whose own donor happens to be a perfect match for Phil. It's like a swap. In the end, you don't just save one life, you help save two. It's pretty amazing.
So please, don't rule yourself out. Take a second to save this number, maybe share it, or just make the call. Once again, that number is 312-996-6771.
Ultimately, this whole fight for his health, it's all about preserving both the man and the timeless, beautiful art that he is finally, after 40 long years, sharing with all of us. I love this quote from an article about his music. It really says it all. Phil Marley's sound is that feeling. It's the heartbeat of the city coming back to life, a return to something truly authentic and soulful. And that is a legacy worth fighting for. So what can you do? It's simple, really. Listen to his albums. Fall in love with the voice that Chicago has cherished for decades. Share this incredible story. And most importantly, spread the word that he needs a kidney donor. Make that call, or maybe encourage someone you know to make it. I'll just leave you with this thought. We listen to music all the time, we connect with artists, but it's so rare that we get a chance to play a direct role in their story. This is one of those times. It's a chance to make sure a legendary voice doesn't just have a debut, but a future.